Ladies and gentlemen, it's officially summertime. And what's better in the summertime than a backyard barbecue, your favorite playlist on, and the ice-cold Coors Light in hand? I've got Jill Scott and the Teskey Brothers on repeat right now. The perfect summer playlist controls the vibes, and it gets even better when it's enjoyed with the cold Coors Light. Because music plus Coors Light equals chill amplified. The All the Smoke family continues to grow. We have so much great talent on the network these days. You know we're going to get the crew together right after the finals, and I can't think of a better beer to bring than Coors Light. Coors Light is the only choice when you're ready to choose chill. It's cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. And what goes better with smooth and chill than summertime tunes? So make sure you amplify your chill this summer with Coors Light. Choose chill, choose Coors Light. Go to CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer. And be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light's social handles all summer long for exciting announcements. Always remember, celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Welcome back, All the Smoke, the LA run. Jack, it's been a hell of a day, man. Hell of a day. We started with Reggie Bush.
Ooh.
Then we did Nate Diaz.
Yep.
And now, like, I don't get too excited. Like, I like appreciate and respect everybody that comes to the show, but this one got me excited. This one got announced out of bed. You know, she's 6 months pregnant.
Yeah, we don't have too many big homies come on our show.
Yeah, come
our
on,
big
man.
homies.
The
You
one
dig?
and only, man. Welcome to the show, Shawn Kemp, man.
Well, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Big
Thank you,
homie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Man, it's truly an honor. You know, Jack and I both started hitting you on the DM like, yo, one of us, he's going to respond to one of us. Let's
Absolutely.
just keep pressing him. But just huge fan, obviously 14-year pro, 6-time All-Star. I was talking about you the other day before I even knew you was going to come on the show. Like, you made Duncan look cool for big dudes because it's hard for big dudes to look sweet. Like, you was out there looking like a 6'10" guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone called you a 6'10" Vince Carter. Alonzo Mourning called you a 6'10".
Of course,
Vince
Alonzo,
Carter.
yeah.
So, talk
My
about
God.
where that just the veracity and your athleticism and all that came from.
Man, it comes from early on. I think, playing ball in Indiana, first of all, and it is a good state to play basketball in. But what happens is when you're a big kid, when you grow up and you're tall, generally you want to play. And you want to do other things than just run and shoot hook shots and stuff.
Yeah.
So my goal growing up, man, was kind of, I wanted to do kind of all the things that the little guys did. You see what I'm saying? But I really couldn't. You know, I grew up with leg braces on because I kind of grew too fast. Was very, very uncoordinated growing up. A lot of people don't know that.
Interesting.
Almost goofy to the point. And then, as I got towards junior high and high school, my coordination kind of caught up to me. And, hard work pays off, man. Seriously, when I tell you guys this, I mean that. I was one of those kids who just dream. Come from the ghetto, come from nothing, and just dream. My mom didn't play ball, my dad didn't play no ball, so everything that I came up with had to be earned and you had to go out there and work on those skills, man. So it was about learning how to dribble the basketball left hand, right hand, being able to shoot the ball left hand, right hand, being able to do everything. And then when you grow up, man, and you start to realize you got some athleticism, and you're like, man, I can really do some things. This is kind of fun. I was already playing against some NBA players when I was in 8th and 9th grade, and was giving them the business. So I kind of knew my talent, so I just worked on it. So my high school coach would bring me into the gym every day before school about 5:30 in the morning for me to work on big man drills, footwork drills, dribble the ball left hand, right
How
hand.
tall were you in high school? So freshman year to senior year, how much did you grow?
Man, I started off high school as a freshman, man. I started off at 6'7", 6'8".
Okay.
By the time I was a senior, I was 6'10" and a half, almost 6'11". Learned how to do everything. Been playing against Alonzo, a guy like Alonzo Mourning since 7th grade. Allen Houston since 7th grade. Billy Owen since 7th grade.
Billy O.
So, the talent was out there.
Hell yeah.
You had to earn it. It wasn't like it was just given.
Right.
These guys was very talented. Two of the best guys that I grew up playing against, man, was Laterio Green and Muhammad Aruf, Chris Jackson.
Oh yeah,
Saying we all the same age, but them boys right there could play some serious basketball, man.
Mahmoud.
Mahmoud was a real good player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was real talented, bro.
A lot of your peers from the 90s in the Hall of Fame, Mitch Richmond, Grant Hill, Chris Webber, Tim Hardaway, all in the Hall of Fame. Is it time to put the Reignman in the Hall of Fame?
It's been time.
Man, I think so. You know, I've always said that, you know, those first 8 or 9 years that I had was pretty good, pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pretty solid. And also, I will tell you this, man, I'm a 6-time All-Star. So that's, you know, those 6 games that I started, you know who I had to beat out. You know, that was Charles, and that's Karl Malone. That's every year.
Yeah.
So that's pretty consistent basketball.
Right.
You know, I will say this, though, me going through some problems and stuff that I went through in my career also hurts you at the end. But I think when you look at the good side of it and you compare the numbers and stuff, I'm right there with some of the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Would you mind opening up and sharing and talking about them problems? We don't have to if you don't want to, but
Well, I'm not afraid to talk about it. I mean, obviously, I think anytime that you your body shape goes from this to that, and you gain weight, or you have some drug problems, and anything like that is always going to be highlighted. You know what I'm saying? So I understand you have those marks against you, but the dominance, I think, of what I played with through those early years of my career, I think it should definitely be highlighted without a doubt.
I came from 2 parents that were functioning drug addicts. I grew up in it, seen it. Dad sold it. Were there times where you were out there at your best, making all-star appearances and being great, leading your team when you were on drugs?
No, not necessarily on drugs. I believe when my drug issues probably came, man, it was more when things started to go sideways. When I was having some problems with the organization. So I think you know, as far as I was concerned, when you put so much into the game of basketball, when you say that you're going to become the best, when you say that you're going to become dominant, it takes a lot of time, man.
Absolutely.
A lot of effort.
Right.
And I don't think what people realize, I don't even try to make them realize this, but I will just say this. At the time of playing basketball in the 90s was a very physical sport, man.
Right.
It wasn't a weak man sport. Only the strong survived.
Right.
And you know, that's you want to compete at those best levels. So I don't think drugs really came into factor to me until probably when I started to lose. You know, when you start to lose, your life changed.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, the one thing I tell you guys, it's the one thing that I kind of regret about back then is that I'll say this is that you know, playing with Gary Payton, we had this great friendship, this great camaraderie where we won so many games, winning 50, 60 games a year. Sometimes when you start to look at things as far as it's financial, sometimes you put that ahead of what you have chemistry-wise. You know, I tell Gary this all the time. If I could go back and change a few things, both of us would probably work on being with each other, playing with each other a little bit longer than what we did.
You guys set the bar. What's the story? So I did voiceovers for this show called Real Stories of Basketball, and it was when they brought old boy in that averaged like 4 points and 2 rebounds in and came
McIlvain,
McIlvain. So I did the voiceover for that. See, you talked on it and everything. So I did the voiceover for that, and obviously I was younger when that happened, so I didn't really. I was like, damn, why would he leave? But I read how they came for years. Don't know, like they came in and gave Jim McIlvain, someone who didn't play, didn't do anything, a bunch of money.
Right.
This dude led the team in rebounds, scoring to the playoffs, and he was making more than Shawn. So you at the time, right? So that and maybe some more things, but like I said, that's the kind of what I got from.
But I think to me, it wasn't necessarily about the money; it's more about the respect.
Respect, right? Come on, man! Come on, man!
And it takes great effort to
Absolutely.
compete with the best every day, every night. And when you do that consistently for year after year after
you need
year
to be rewarded
after year,
for that.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I think, and I'm just telling you this, when I look at it now, I look at it back and I'm probably, as a young man, you're going through that, you probably take it personally.
Yeah.
In life and in business, one of the things that you don't do is take things personally.
Yeah.
Once you take it personally, it's going to affect not only who you are, but also what you do. And I
say, with all due respect, it's hard not to. And in no way do I want people to make it think like you were mad about someone else getting money. That wasn't what I got from it. What it was the respect factor. What you had accomplished with that team, you deserved more than what you were.
Well, I think that's what you do when you're a player.
Come on, man.
You're working for that. That's what steps. Those are the things that you're working for. And I was one of those guys who kind of went in there and was just like, hey, what do I need to do to become, the best? What do I need to do to become one of the highest paid? And I can remember the conversation. The general manager came to me, and he was like, well, if you want to be one of the highest paid, then all you got to do is go out there and outplay Michael Jordan. And I was like, okay. Well, a couple years later, we play in the championship, and I look at it as an opportunity. That's an opportunity for me to shine, and it's also an opportunity for you to make more money. Mm-hmm. As they say, I mean, if I could outscore Michael Jordan in this series, then and also play well and help our team achieve what we're trying to achieve, then I'm going to put myself in a pretty good position. Mm-hmm. Well, I played well. I've done those little things. But when it came time for payday, there was no phone call. Mm-hmm. When you lose the series, that's what they do to you sometimes, man. It's like, hey, you kind of forgot about that conversation beforehand.
Right.
So, I think, and I say this, but as a young man, you sometimes you take those things personal, without a doubt. Absolutely. Those same things that you take personal, you sometimes don't take personal, and that's kind of what makes you. That's what kind of drives you.
Absolutely.
So, there was things that I probably didn't take personal that drove me, but that one right there definitely hurt me.
What's the biggest misconception about Shawn Kemp?
Biggest misconception is have to be about would probably be about that, or either about I guess with the drugs and the things of that session. Like I said, those things really didn't come and play, man, until a little bit later in the game. But I think the miscommunication that I think with the public was just me wanting to have a personal relationship and not being broadcast with myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really hurt me. And I just say this, man, at the time, as a young man, you want to protect not only your image, but kind of your life.
Yeah.
Those people want to get inside your life. Mm-hmm. They want to know more about you. I had that wall up. Mm-hmm. And when you put that wall up, it definitely hurts you. Mm-hmm. I realize that now. Mm.
Let's get to your upbringing in Elkhart, Indiana. The Hoosier State basketball was crazy. The urban legend is you dunked on the Pacers center when you was 14. Is that true?
Very true.
Who was it? Who was it?
I caught the big fella. It was
Rick Schmidt? Don't say it.
No, it wasn't Rick Smith, man. It was a big 7-footer. I have to look back, but he actually came to my school and we played 1-on-1 in front of the kids.
So you were a freshman, probably 14?
Eighth grade.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm. And it was and my coach gave me the nod. He had already told me, "You're gonna get him. You're gonna get him good." So my coach gave me the nod. He was like, "Attack him." So I just went to dunking on him, man. Left hand, right hand.
At 8th grade?
Yeah, in 8th grade, bro. So I mean, I'll tell you guys this. Me and my coach actually had talks we were talking to colleges and NBA teams in 9th grade. I was trying to tell them that I was ready in 9th grade. They was trying to tell me that I needed some more maturity. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking to schools and stuff early on. I was definitely a little bit ahead of my time as far as the strength and conditioning. And, that just comes from growing up on the streets, bro. From Elkhart, Indiana. We don't claim any fame to be anything. That's kind of the gutter of the world, really, when you think about it. But I will tell you this, man, when you grow up around that area, between Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis, Ohio, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Louisville, when you grow up in the middle of all those places, you see things. Mm-hmm. Those things make you tough. They make you or they break you. Mm-hmm. The average kid that I grew up with usually went to jail or
dead.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. Probably 7 out of 10. Mm-hmm. So I always felt great just making it through, being able to represent the city of Elkhart, the state of Indiana in a positive way,
Mm-hmm.
in the best way possible. And that's just to be successful in life.
Bobby Knight, mob ties, pulled away your Mr. Basketball because you didn't want to rock with him. That's true
Absolutely.
story?
Yeah, very true, man. You know, I was very close to Coach Knight at one time. We had a great relationship. You know, but there was things I seen Coach Knight do
You couldn't rock with.
that I didn't like. Now, I will say this: he didn't do those things to hurt you.
Mm.
He didn't do those things to to discriminate you. Them things was done just to push you. That was his way of motivation. It was an old school way of doing things, and he was still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the decision late in the game, bro, very late in the game, to switch schools and go to Kentucky. Coach Knight was very upset about that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because we had a great relationship. One of his sons, Patrick, we actually grew up playing AAU basketball together. So I was able to spend time with his son, time with Coach Knight. We had a great relationship, but I seen a few things that made me question.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a young man, when you see some of them things, you like, damn, Coach is out there.
Yeah, I can't deal with that.
Yeah, I can't deal with that. It's an easier way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought by going to Kentucky, that would be better. But, once I went to Kentucky, they actually went on probation, man. That's what the problem was. They went on probation before I even got to go to school there. One of my good friends is Chris Mills.
Mm-hmm.
The
homie. Well, yeah, he lived in L.A.
Yeah, Chris Mills. Man, Chris Mills, I played my AAU basketball out here in Los Angeles.
Well, what team?
I played for Santa Monica. I played out in the Valley.
Okay.
For Santa Monica, I played with Mitchell Butler.
Okay. Yeah.
Chris Mills.
Okay.
Chris Daddy was my daddy growing up.
What's his name? Claude.
Claude was my dad growing up.
Did you ever come up here and play in the UCLA men's gym in the summertime?
Absolutely.
I missed him.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man. Was it true that you almost went to UNLV with Larry Johnson?
Absolutely.
Ooh, could you
so basically, I'll break this story down to you.
Cool. Oh my God.
I was actually when I was at Trinity Valley, and it was a decision. Do I go to Trinity Valley or do I go to out to Western Texas and go to school with Larry Johnson? Well, I actually called, got a hold of Magic and talked to him and asked him his opinion. And then he told me he thought I was ready, man. He played with me in the summertime, and he thought I was ready. So, by that time I went to Trinity Valley just for a few weeks, and then I moved out here to LA.
Started training?
I was training. I was actually living here in Los Angeles, playing at UCLA every day.
What year was that?
This would have been 1988.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been 1988, and the Sonics owner, son, was going to UCLA.
They've been hooping at UCLA for a long time, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, Magic was the king of the courts at the time. Magic was, man, when you come down court, Magic would kick you and one, call a foul every time down court. You can't argue with Magic, man.
The legend is true.
You can't argue with Magic. So
he was doing that.
He was working us at the gym every day, man.
He was doing that 10 years later, in '98, when I came down here.
Yeah,
it was funny. We had a live show with him, and I went to the bathroom real quick, and Paul Pierce came up on stage because he was in the crowd, and he started talking shit about Magic, how he was cheating on them runs.
Yeah.
Been cheating for years.
Yeah, I mean, that's like around the time when he had he started to create the Midnight Madness run. Yeah. I got a chance to open that stuff up with him and do all that Magic.
No.
Oh, yeah, man.
No, that's Zoe. LA Summer Night. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
Nights. No.
Absolutely, man. I mean, as I came into the NBA and I looked at the whole NBA league, I was looking at Magic.
Midsummer Nights.
I was looking at what Magic was doing, how he played the game, what he did. I was looking at everything. I was studying Magic when he was in Michigan State. I was studying his game. One of the guys I grew up playing with is Scott Skiles.
Jack loves Scott Skiles.
Yeah.
No, the fuck I don't. No, the fuck I don't.
Scott Skiles is a bad boy, man.
He a different dude, man.
He get underneath your skin like
he got up under mine while I stayed home. Yeah.
You know, man, seriously, I used to watch, man, I tell you, I used to watch Scott Skiles when I was in 7th grade. And he would come and play against the all-black schools, and they was trying to knock him out and stuff, and he would tell these brothers, man, I'm going to get y'all 45. And he would hit 45, and he wouldn't score no more.
He was cold like that.
He was cold like that, bro.
Ooh, he probably would have whooped your ass too, Jack.
I don't know about that.
He turned Jack went on a mixtape tour that season with the Bucks.
Yeah, I couldn't play film. Shout out to Scott, but I'll whip your ass.
So, is this an urban legend? You got your first practice through a radio dunk contest?
I did, bro. Is that crazy or what, man?
Radio
Yeah,
man, I'm gonna keep this 100 with y'all.
Yeah, got to. What you mean?
I'm gonna tell you the truth too. Now, I'm in college at Trinity Valley, and we ain't but 2 damn restaurants there. It's the Dairy Queen and the McDonald's. That's your choice of restaurants you go out to, bro. And in Eastern Texas. And they came on the radio and they was like this. They said, hey, there's a dunk contest next Friday night. And the winner of the dunk contest gets to practice with the Mavericks all weekend. 3 practices.
Fuck out of here.
Yes.
Oh, you
they said 3 practices if you win the dunk contest. So everybody in every junior college around Texas was trying to get in that motherfucker, man. I mean, you name it, San Jacinto, Tyler, every last school.
Glenn.
Man, come on, man. Man, we was down there at the Dallas Arena, man, it was probably 60 contestants, man. And I won the dunk contest that night. And I got a chance to practice with the Mavericks. Now, I get to the Mavericks practice, and guess who's on the damn team? My teammates. Detlef Shrimp, Sam Perkins. They on the team. And I come in and I get a chance to practice with them.
What was that like?
What? I wear their ass out of there. What? They only let me practice 1 day.
Really?
I bullshit you not, man.
So you were supposed to practice 3 days. You
3 days,
killed,
they let me
and
practice
they
1
got
day.
you up out of there.
So if you don't, there's a guy that works for the Mavericks, man, light-skinned guy, Chris. His name is Chris something, man. I can't think of Chris's last name. He still works for the Mavericks, I believe. Their TV guy.
We'll find him.
He was on the radio. They sent me to the locker room. He actually came in the locker room, and this is where it kind of started. This is the night where this shit started at. You know, because junior college, you hungry as a motherfucker, dog.
Yeah.
You ain't shit popping off. You ain't in Kentucky no more. Chris Arnold. So Chris Arnold comes back in the locker room, and he was like, hey, man, what the fuck is you? What? He was like, man, you ain't got no agent? And I was like, man, he was like, fuck that, let me be your agent, man. You gonna go hardship tomorrow. And then I was like, man, shit, you think I'm ready? Shit, I didn't know if I was ready then, but by the time I got back to Trinity Valley, I knew my ass was ready, because he had just told me that. And that's when I started making these inquiring phone calls, man. At the time, at 18, I still needed my mom's signature to kind of get me into the league at the time. They was doing it like that. So, yeah, man, that's really where it started off at, man. Yeah, it was like, I was like, okay, these motherfuckers don't want me to practice with them.
So you
I played with Detlef and Sam, and we ain't never talked about that because they knew I was in their ass that day.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
You
entered the league, 17 pick. You was mentored by Xavier McDaniel, X-Man. How was that?
Man, the best thing that happened to me is getting drafted by Seattle. Seriously. And Shawn Kemp receives a lot of praise, but the truth of it is this, man. I got drafted by Seattle, and they had some dogs on their team, man. They had their X-Man, Dale Ellis. They had Nate McMillan. They had Derek McKee, Olden Polynice.
OP.
Yeah, man. They had some good ass ballers, bro, and it was all about the same size. So, these guys tried to kick my ass at first, but we battled. Ended up having a brotherhood. And they ended up teaching me. It was so, at the time, man, I mean, I tell you this, at the time, shit has changed in the NBA. At the time that I came into the NBA, I was the first of these guys that come in. They didn't believe shit that you said. They didn't believe anything that you told them, they didn't really want to believe.
You got to show them.
You had to show them. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers didn't believe you read. Here's a piece of paper, read this. I started, you feel what I'm saying? And then, some of the teams was crazy, man. There's one team, motherfuckers put me in the gym with one of their best 7-footers. And I guess they thought he was going to intimidate me and shit. I guess they was like, this nigga skinny. We gonna put him in there with this 7'2" ugly motherfucker. He gonna intimidate him. We gonna run his ass back to college. Well, he got a little physical. We got a little physical up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they 7'2" center was bleeding all out the mouth and nose and shit by the time we got done playing. They had to come in there and stop that damn workout.
He was a maniac.
They had to stop the workout.
Had him leaking.
So I had him leaking. So it was, yeah, man. I shouldn't even say this. It was the Phoenix Suns at the time, man. But they put me in the gym with this big ass monkey ass, and then they expect motherfucker not to come out. They thought, oh, this little skinny motherfucker ain't gonna come out the gym. Put him through these drills. I could tell they was like rough his ass up. So I was like, look, dude, if you keep roughing me up, I'll fuck your old ass up in this gym. That's exactly what happened.
You got to put pause on him.
That's exactly what happened, man. So at the time of coming into the league at that time, bro, there was no background, man. I mean, I said it was child abuse, what they was doing. So, but I definitely needed it. I benefit off the practice of it. So I was going 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at lunchtime, 2 hours in the evening, 2 hours late at night. That's how much footwork and drilling that I needed.
Does the name Andrew Lang sound familiar?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. A lot of drilling, man. And what I needed at the time, bro. But I think
was Gerg there already?
Gerg wasn't there already. Gerg was at UNLV. Gerg, me and Gerg and Tark had a great relationship, while I was in high school. UNLV was a school that I really wanted to go to, but it was too far away from home.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just too far away.
Gerg go all the way back to UNLV, even before Seattle.
Yeah, me and Gerg go back. I met Gerg and Tark at UNLV. Yeah, man, they was very good friends of mine. Used to help me out. Used to look out for me, give me words of, confidence, wisdom. Also hooked me up with the players, man. At the time, Greg Anthony, guys of that sort. So, I benefit off talking to these guys early on.
X-Man told a story on Tim Thomas and Scoop Beats podcast about Larry Bird talking shit to you, saying, I'm the best motherfucker in Indiana, and put a 3 into my balls. That's true?
It is very true, man. Larry, hey, man, first of all, we got to Boston that night. He had some knee pain. I was like, it's a hell of a time for you to come up with a knee pain. I ain't going tonight. You got it.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Yeah, then I look at the boy, Shawn Kemp, Larry Bird. I'm like, so I look in the mirror. I'm like, well, shit, man, I'm about to get this motherfucker fits out here tonight. So before the game, I was over there rubbing my hands, looking at him like, I'm about to get your ass, man.
What year was this for you?
This was my first year.
Oh, okay.
And that day, that morning they came out with a USA Today article, and they said that Larry didn't have it no more. So he came out that night to make a statement, and I was just the prime candidate to be. Yeah. Before the game, he told me, he was like, he just shook his head at me. He said, man, it's going to be a fucked up night for you.
So what did he put up?
I think he gave me 40, 46 and 3.
What'd you do?
Man, I hadn't found out, but I was on his ass. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I was on. He was actually calling out bank shots. He would say, next time, bank shot left side. I'm gonna pump fake you. Your dumb ass gonna go for it.
He would tell you that, and it happened.
And I said, first of all, I'm gonna be so close to you. If you shoot the ball next time, I'm gonna try to rip your fucking arm off your socket. And what you think he did, man? A quick pump fake, dog, and he go for that shit.
Got you.
Man, come on, man. Come on, Larry was.
How cold was? I don't think.
I guarded his ass so tough.
40-point triple-double.
I guarded his ass so tough that after the game, he came. He sent a little letter over there to me. He was like, I've had nobody play defense that hard on me.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
He go, I appreciate you playing out here. Then he was like, I got a little All-Star game. Why don't you come work out with me? Come to All-Star game, man.
Oh, that's dope.
And let me see that summer. And I was like, shit, that meant everything to me.
Yeah, that's
So
dope.
you guys became friends after
Absolutely,
that. To this
man.
day?
Absolutely. So it went from him whooping my ass
Right.
to him teaching me a few things. I surely appreciate it.
That's dope.
And that's the old NBA. That's how it used to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
That's how it used to be, man. That's why I think in the league suffers now because they don't have enough veterans on the bench.
No vets.
You got to have 2 or 3 veterans on the bench. They should have had that in the bargaining contract.
Yep.
Always keep a couple of vets at the end of the bench to keep these guys calm, so they can shoot words of wisdom. Words of wisdom to them on the court.
Bridge the gap between the coaches, keep them out the pitfalls off the court. Like we've been saying this shit for the 5 years we've been on this show. We've been saying they.
Man, I played with a guy, man, years ago, man. This motherfucker here, he was. I think he taught Michael Jordan how to play. It was Quentin Daly. You know, I think he was the one that kind of helped Michael Jordan, you know, balance his offensive game when they was in Chicago. When I played with Quentin Daly in Seattle, and Quentin Daly was a beast, man. You know, he used to say little things to me. You know, instead of shooting the ball, get to the paint, put a body on him. And work on your mid-range game, all that little shit. You know, nowadays they just running down shooting threes, finger rolling. But, you know, the old school game, it used to be working that spot, getting into that mid-range, getting them solid jump shots off, shooting a high percentage. Now they just, you know, if you shoot 30%, that's great.
How long did it take you to develop that mid-range?
It took me for about 3-4 years. You know, 3-4 years. Yeah, I mean, shit, I tell y'all, man, me and Gary I played my first year by myself. Gary came in the second year. We was balling, dunking, running on everybody. You see the highlights. And then the motherfucker was like, fuck that, we gonna start sagging off these motherfuckers. We ain't gonna go for all that shit. So then we started struggling. Me and Gary both were struggling. He couldn't get them layups. I couldn't get the dunks. The teams was playing against us. So we, you know, decided to threaten to trade both of us. Really, is what happened, man.
So this was what, year 3 for you?
It would have been year three, right after Casey Jones left Seattle.
Okay.
They was threatening to trade me and Gary.
Damn.
Yeah. So that summer we looked up. We was like, well, shit. Well, if we ain't gonna go out unless it's a fight. We about to show they had something this year. So we went the whole summer, and that's kind of when we started working out in Vegas with Gerd. Working on that game in Vegas, working on that mid-range game, just mid-range, 2 points here, 2 points there, bouncing left hand, right hand off the glass, and then that's what made my game take off, bro. That's what really did. Once I learned how to bounce and start making that mid-range, then I was able to really get to some dunks and do some explosive plays.
Oakland and Indiana came together.
Yeah, absolutely.
UNGP, talk to us. I mean, obviously, I want to hear about on the court, but I want to hear off the court. I mean, you guys captured a basketball and inspired, and I think I played on that Lob City team.
Yeah.
We used to talk about you guys when we would talk about us with Blake and DJ, what UNGP used to do. So I mean, you guys just kind of captivated the world. What was that like on and off the court?
It was good. Me and Gary clicked from day one, bro. You know, so we was able to click not just on that court, but off the court, hang out, shoot pool together. Still to this day, we still work with each other. And do stuff with each other, autograph sessions, you know, should I sell his weed products in my stores, all that shit. So we still look out for each other and work with each other. But, you know, at the time, the thing with Gary is that we can motherfuck each other. You hear what I'm saying? Look, get your motherfucking shit together.
Yeah.
Get your motherfucking shit together.
And it's respected.
You know, and he would get in my face. He'd like, look, motherfucker, get your shit together. Yeah, you playing against David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Fuck them. You still got to go up in there and dunk on these motherfuckers tonight. And that's just how it was. And he was the first player that I played with that we could have that type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? He would call me out on my shit, and I could call his ass out on his shit. You know, man, shit, I remember a night in Philadelphia, dog. We was cussing each other out so bad, man. You know, if you'd have thought we hated each other. But we came back in the second half and wore the shit out of Philly. You see what I'm saying? And that's what type of relationship we had.
Different.
We fed off that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we fed off that. My mom and his mom, before she passed away, was good friends. You know, I've been around his kids. He's been around my kids all their life. So, no, I respect the shit out of Gary, man. I'm happy for him. He's always been a smart, intuitive player. But definitely, I was the one that's always been pushing him on that court. And it truly showed after we didn't play with each other. I think both of our careers, you know, went a little sideways.
So that was one thing you wish, if you can go, that would be the one thing that you wrote.
Yeah,
that
man.
out?
The one thing, no doubt about it, man. The one thing, if I go back, man, we don't break that relationship up. We don't break that relationship. Matter of fact, like when I tell him now, I say we go back, man. We supposed to go up in there in the office and tell them to make that shit work. Instead of getting mad and getting upset about this and that, we supposed to go up in there and be like, yo, this is what we need. You know, because that's what they do to us when we.
Was y'all? I mean, not to cut you off. I know players later on were going in and talking to management like that. Were you guys as players doing that at that time? That was early on.
Absolutely, man. We was very intuitive with the coaches and shit and the management, telling them what we wanted. You know, to go back and like to tell y'all, I was the reason McIlvain came to Seattle because of me.
Okay.
I was the one that noticed him on the court. Now, I ain't gonna say pay this motherfucker 60-something million. Right. 2 fucking points rebound. But I told Jim, man, don't turn down no free fucking money.
Right.
Don't you turn down.
Right.
Man, I love him to death as a friend. Still do. He didn't make a bad decision at all.
Right.
That was the team's fault for doing that shit.
Right.
So I don't hold anything against Jim, man. Jim's a great guy. When we played with each other, we worked out with each other in the morning. I respect him, but that was the team's decision to do that. So it wasn't personal.
Tell us a story about GP going at MJ in the preseason.
Man, you know, man, like with myself, man, I'm one of them guys that always believe in motivating cats, man. You know, like they said, people got different ways of motivating. In the hood, we motivate people differently. You know, we don't always slap you on your ass and tell you good job to motivate you. You know, when I used to see Michael Jordan and I would see Gary, I would go over and whisper some shit in Gary's ear. There he is. He about to kill your ass tomorrow. Because I know that's gonna get underneath your skin, man.
Yeah.
And I know that's gonna bring the best out of him. That's the only reason I do that, man. And at the time when I would do this to Gary, it wasn't because I didn't think less of him, man. It's because I knew this boy could play some serious defense.
Push his buttons.
Yeah.
Could he push your buttons? He would talk.
What?
Yeah,
Come on, man. He knew exactly what button
Come on,
to push.
man. What kind of shit would he tell you to push?
Man, he knew exactly what kind of, you know, and he, you know, I mean, come on, if we playing against one of these centers, these Patrick Ewing, come on. Don't let me go to the hole and finger roll tonight. Yeah. Oh, we finger rolling tonight.
No soft shit.
Oh, we finger rolling tonight. Oh, we finger rolling tonight.
Yeah. Last night you was tearing the rail down. Now you got these boys down.
Yeah.
So, absolutely, man. We had that type of relationship.
Man, I love to hear it. I love to hear it. So Sonics win 55 plus games 5 years in a row, 93 to 97. 93 lost in game 7 to Charles Barkley and the Suns. Barkley shot 22 goddamn free throws.
Yeah, man, they was cheating like that. They cheating like that.
A lot of free throws.
They cheating like that.
Who was reffing? Remember who was reffing back then?
Tim.
Was he?
Yes, he was.
Donnie, he was on that game?
Come on, man. Yes.
God damn, Tim, you just fucked everybody's shit up.
Damn. Cut it out.
He been fucking shit up.
Man, they shot down there 50 free throws. We think we shot 8 or 9 free throws. They wanted Phoenix to get to the championship bad as hell, man.
Damn. Tim was doing this thing back in the gap, huh?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but you know, I will say this though too, man. You know, it still exists in the game today. Aggressive play wins. You know, whoever gets to the free throw line the most is going to win the game.
Set the tone.
Who's going to be the first one to create contact and the first one to get to that free throw line, that's going to win the game. It still goes to today's game. Yeah. There ain't nothing changed years later.
94, 95, first round exits. In 94, you become the first 1 seed to lose to an 8 seed. Denver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man. You got to have the right chemistry. You know, when you look back at our years that we had, bro, you know, the year with Michael Jordan going to the championship, that was okay. But we actually lost that. We lost before that, man. Our years of winning the championship came when Michael was retired and Houston won those 2 championships, man.
Yeah.
That's when we were supposed to take advantage of the
window.
situation. We were supposed to get one of them rings right there. But what happens is when you're making so many changes on the team and the chemistry gets off, man. Sometimes you bring in, well, it don't take but 1 or 2 bad people to bring in.
That don't
fuck
matter.
up the chemistry. Mothers don't want to pass the ball late in the game, get the shoot. That shit, you know, when somebody do that, the next person start doing that bullshit.
Yeah.
So I think in them couple of years, man, we had some problems with some selfish play with some players and stuff. And the result is that you're up 3-0. And if you don't bring it, you're going to lose 4 straight, which we did. Yeah, there was some young boys with dinner, some young dogs. They was hungry, and they was motivated by beating some veterans, some savvy veterans, and they just whooped our ass like they was supposed to.
96. You finally break through. You sweep Dream and Clyde, beat Stockton and Malone in 7. You get to Mike. You're averaging 23 and 10 in the finals. What was that? We got GP side. We had GP a couple years ago. GP said if they would have put him on MJ earlier, y'all would have won it.
Yeah, Gary was having. They had a couple little injuries he had, so they didn't want to exert him at first. They put Detlef on Michael Jordan, which
didn't go well.
I mean, look at it. You know what I'm saying? Detlef's a great player. I mean, he is, man. I don't think it was fair to him. All of a sudden, you know, come on. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you pull somebody off the bench and pull on Michael Jordan, they can just waste fouls and be physical with him. But, you know, you come out there being soft with Michael, he's going to take advantage of you, and that's exactly what happened. But Michael wasn't the reason. He didn't beat us in the championship. He did not beat us, man. We was on his ass. He didn't beat us. Dennis Rodman's the one who beat us. We had no answer for his ass, man.
Really?
We had no answer for Dennis Rodman. I mean, every time that they needed a second shot or something special or extra rebound or tip in, this motherfucker was flying and winking and, I mean,
he said winking
and kissing and shit, frustrating everybody on the team, man. And Dennis not even like that. He just do that shit to irritate
just
you,
to fuck with you.
He just doing that shit. And he had every big man on my team just flustered, man.
What kind of shit would he do?
I'm gonna tell you with Frank Bukowski, man. Dennis started wearing color contacts during the championship. He started wearing color contacts during the championship with some lip shit on, man. He would be like he was trying to kiss Frank's arm and this shit, and then Frank just couldn't take it, man. It was just the man in him just couldn't allow it.
I'd have lost it too. I'd have lost it too.
And Dennis knew what buttons to push, man. And we needed Frank to rebound and shit, man. And this motherfucker, he got him all discombobulated, man. I'm just like, come on, man. So yeah.
Oh my God.
Absolutely, man. Dennis Rodman, he
how was his defense?
Man, his defense was good. He wasn't dealing me.
No, you still did. You saw your numbers.
I'm just too big for Dennis.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit too big for Dennis. I don't think that's a fair match.
And agile too.
Yeah. But his defense was great, man. Like I said, he was just tipping the ball in, rebounding, high knee, and doing all this silly shit, man. All the shit that you hate to see.
And that they needed.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed.
What was Pippen like?
Man, Scottie Pippen's great, man. You know, I played with Pippen in Portland. I'll just say this, man. Sometimes people don't give Pippen his props, but Scottie Pippen was going to be a good ball player without Michael Jordan. He would have been a quality ball player without Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan definitely made him a little bit better, but my man Scottie Pippen was still balling when we was in Portland. You know, he wasn't no match for Kobe when we was playing back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't no match for Kobe, but Scottie was still balling, man. He could still play the passing lanes. He'd never been a great shooter, but he's just been athletic to do a lot of different things. You know, pass, scoring, rebounding. That's his game.
What was Mike like in those finals? Talking just straight about business. What was it like?
And when we played Mike in the finals, we was trying to engage with him a lot, man. We really wanted him.
Physicality.
We wanted physicality. We wanted to. We was trying to test him, but he wasn't
going for it.
He wasn't going for it. He was focused.
Right here. There's a picture right there.
No, that's Gary. Gary was letting him know that he was getting in his ass because that's when they took Gary, they took Detlef off Michael, put Gary on. So Gary, I used to run down court. I'd be like showing him the glove. I'd be like, you need to fucking do something if you the glove. You need to fucking do something. So Gary would get his ass, knock the ball away, and Gary would flash the glove. So that's you see Michael looking back at him, he flashing that glove sign. He didn't like that shit. That's the shit. That's the shit there. That's you get Michael going, man. When you see that look right there.
Trouble.
Oh, you got some problems coming, man. Because now he don't want to talk to you. Now he got something to prove to you. You got number problems.
You get a chance to know Mike off the court?
Not so much off the court, but definitely
battles on the
court, man. Yeah. Definitely battles on the court. I respect him. I got a lot of mad respect for the man. You know,
man.
I've seen people be physical with Mike. I've seen him have a game plan to stop him. He altered his game plan every night. You couldn't stop him.
Is he the best to ever play the game?
No.
Who is?
I mean, people get mad at me when I say this, man. But Bill
Russell?
Bill Russell.
Mm-hmm.
You hear what I'm saying? The best to ever play the game is not going to be the lead scorer. The best to play the game is going to be one that's going to be in the middle doing a lot of different things. Because he's going to be able to help people out, keep the ball in play. Bill Russell was the first one blocking shots, keeping the ball in play. You know, we was blocking shots, throwing that shit 17 rows up in the stands. He was actually blocking shots, and they was actually getting fucking layups off of him, man. So absolutely, man. I you know, as I look through the years of basketball, I think Will Chamberlain was a beast, but shit, Bill Russell was wearing his ass out. So let's keep it real. If you're talking about the all-around best player of the game, you look and see how many championships they won, how long they did it. He's got to be up there, bro.
So with that,
I think, unfortunately, people forget about the age a little bit. People didn't get a chance to see those guys play. They don't really know the history of some of these older players that played in the game back then. Elgin Baylor and some of these guys, man, they didn't get a chance to see some of these guys. All they see is a couple clips, and now they're forced to be able to look at Michael and Kobe and LeBron.
So with that said, LeBron is someone that was in a mix of doing everything. Where do you kind of have him in the hierarchy?
Man, I think LeBron is right up there. I don't think he's the best, but I don't think he has to be the best. And I don't think LeBron should be compared to Michael Jordan either.
Right.
I think LeBron should be compared to Magic Johnson.
Right. I agree with that.
I think, whoever started that shit up got it totally wrong, man. LeBron is not no damn Michael Jordan. Kobe is more like Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
LeBron is more like Magic Johnson.
Exactly.
It's like they wanted to make a story from the news or something, I guess, so they just threw their name up in there. But absolutely, man, I don't see how you really compare those two. He's such a bigger, stronger person than what Michael Jordan was, a more forceful person. I just, with LeBron, I wonder, I don't know if he could have done that back when we played.
Right.
With all those big bodies. I don't know. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have been a very good player, but I think his game would have had to change. He would have had to play more like he did in his younger years.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You saw MJ at his peak, and you saw Kobe, a young Kobe getting going. Compare and contrast those two.
Man, with Kobe, man, it was different, man. I used to with Kobe, I had got this chance to play against Michael Jordan, bro. And when I got a chance to go against Kobe late in the season, I really wanted to test his ass, man. I wanted to see if he was as strong as Michael was. So I used to have Ruben Patterson on my team, man, and I used to shake water and shit.
Kobe stopper.
I remember that. And I used to go around and just gas these guys up to play against Kobe, man. But it wasn't no answer for Kobe. I mean, man, and the thing about it, man, Kobe got mad at me for doing that shit, and he would
hit right here.
Yeah.
Kobe stop. Kobe stop.
Got Rue ass fried out there.
He got a man.
Bond got Bonzi fried too. Bonzi got his ass fried too.
No, absolutely. I think that's what the game is about. If anything, man, that I miss about the game It's that locker room.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we
be
tell
in,
people,
man.
yeah. The
It's
flights, the
locker
bus
room,
rides, the
flights,
locker room.
them card games.
You remember just tough ass practice? You sitting that motherfucker 2-3 hours.
That's right.
No, just in your town, no
That's right.
shower yet,
Just
just
chilling.
chopping it up.
Chopping it up, man.
Order food.
That's
get
what
some
I miss
food.
about
Hell
the
yeah.
NBA, man. The
Man.
relationships that you have with the players
Hell
and stuff,
yeah.
man. Absolutely.
What does dunking mean to you?
Man, Duncan, it didn't mean that much to me at first, man.
Statement.
But I think I tell y'all this, man. I wasn't really dunking the basketball when I first got into the NBA. The motherfuckers wasn't playing me enough. And I would sit on that goddamn bench late in the game, and I'd be so motherfucking mad.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, these motherfuckers, man, fuck. And
Who was your coach?
At the time, it was Bernie Bickerstaff.
Oh,
And
man.
then I got my coach was one of those old black professional going straight by the book coaches. And Bernie used to have this rule. He used to tell me, he'd be like, look here, I'm gonna put your young ass in the game. You know what you is? You playing right back tonight. When the motherfucking veterans throw the ball back, you throw it right back to their ass and go set a pick.
Damn.
If it ain't a dunk,
That ain't
don't
you.
fucking shoot it. Look at me. If it ain't, matter of fact, it ain't a dunk, if you shoot that motherfucker, you run your ass right back over here and sit your ass down. That's what you do.
Hard to play like that, boy.
Man, it's tough to play like that. And then he knew what he was doing. Then one night he came to me, man, and he was just like, well, shit, I'm gonna let you loose tonight, baby boy. All that sweet water finger roll shit you be doing, I want to see all that shit tonight. I'm gonna let you loose. Don't fucking embarrass me. Don't go crazy on me. He said, but I'm
This
gonna
your
let
rookie
you
year?
loose. Yeah, it's my rookie season.
Against
so,
who?
And then that was against that'd have been against Charles Barkley.
You get loose?
No doubt. So that was like that would have been the first 20-point game that I got.
Okay.
That against Philadelphia. And then they got a little more trust in me. And
Did that game kind of change and start?
man, it was a tough game because at the time, when I came in, they had me at the 2-guard. I'm skinny, I'm playing the 2-guard and the 3.
6'10", 6'11"?
Yeah, man, it was tough. It's tough. Yeah, so and back then they give you that jab. They was jabbing you with the 2-step and man, it was a tough catch up for me, man. So I felt like I was getting on a lot of foul problems.
Learning curve.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I said to myself one night, man, we ain't getting no rebounds. Let me just go in here and just start grabbing motherfucking rebounds. So once I did that, I got some rebounds, bro. So I realized I could rebound the basketball. Well, my mom had told me something, man. She said, well, don't do none of that fancy shit until you get to somewhere big. So I waited till we got to New York. We got to New York, and I told, we were sitting on the end of the bench, and I told Dana Barrows, I said, man, if you see me tonight, just throw it motherfucker in the middle somewhere, man. Just throw it anywhere. I don't give a fuck where you throw it.
I'm going to go get that bitch.
I'm going to get that motherfucker. He was like, anywhere? I said, man, just throw that motherfucker down there. Just throw it up there. Just like that. Anywhere. I don't care where you throw it. And then, I made this one dunk, double pump, reverse dunk in New York. Garden stopped, bro. Referee stopped. The ball just bounced. Pat Riley called a timeout. Yelling at his players because nobody was moving. They was in awe a little bit. I felt the crowd. I felt the shit. Well, let me tell y'all this, man. In the next 30 days, I think I had 54 dunks. So it just created a beast.
You got a taste.
I mean, and when I say about dunking, it wasn't, I went from dunking, I was trying to fucking rip it.
Take the
in.
rim
I was trying
fucking
to
off.
Meaning it.
Damn it.
I was trying, it didn't
Meaning
matter.
it.
And then I made this
Yeah.
note, man. I would make this note. So on my bathroom mirror, me and my partners, man, anybody that we was play that was like a 7-footer, we would cut a picture off of
Hit
them and put it on my
lists.
damn mirror in my bathroom.
Got all of them.
And then I was like, they was like, you got to get this big motherfucker. My boys would be like, you got to get this big motherfucker, this big motherfucker, get this big motherfucker.
All of
And I was like, fuck it, why don't we just get everybody? Guards, big men.
Anybody can
Whoever
get
under
it.
there.
Whoever, it didn't matter. So it was just like, my mindset, man, was just like, I could just dunk on any and everybody. It didn't matter. 5 feet away, 3 feet away, double pump reverse, double windmill, anything possible, man. It was like
Double windmill.
so it was just
He
like
said that shit and just kept talking.
Double
Yeah.
windmill.
yeah, man. So it was just like
Okay.
it was all statements.
Yeah. Do you have some favorites? Obviously, the Alton Lister one is big, and we've seen that. What was
The
going?
Rattling Gatlin.
Oh, Rattler. Yeah.
That Rattling
Right here,
Gatlin
my
was
bad.
a good one because that.
Right here.
Now Alton,
Oh,
Let's
that
see
was
what
on
that-
Lister, right?
the story don't say, but the truth of it is, he tried to hurt me. That was a playoff game, and he actually tried to hurt me before that. So he basically threw me to the ground, kind of slammed me to the ground. I told his ass, "I'm gonna get your old ass back. I'm gonna get you back. I know how to get you back. I ain't gonna fight you because I'm gonna get kicked out, but I know how to get your ass. I'm gonna put you on one of these posters." The Rattling Gatlin.
Right here.
This is one of my favorite ones because I couldn't believe this nigga really gave me dap.
Yeah, how did you feel about that?
I loved it, man.
That's
I was just
ultimate
like,
respect.
man, when he gave me dap right there, I was just like, man, that's, and we was partners too. I was just like, damn.
Got me. Fuck it.
He's like, damn, and
That's what you do. With
That's
shot
what you
blockers
doing.
gonna win, you gonna lose. Ugh. How long?
Biker shorts coming out the bottom of the
man, that's when them was the first compression shorts they made. The first compression shorts they made, damn, they came below your kneecap. You used to have to pull them up, man. It wasn't. It was just your balls falling out on the side of your shirt.
Word.
Yeah, man. Come on, you seen them clips? You got them like,
Oh
got
shit.
them come fuck me's on, and your balls is falling all out on the side of your shorts and shit.
Yep.
That's how it was, man. Yeah.
Crazy.
And they wearing come fuck
Ass
these comfortably
cheeks
now.
out.
yeah. I mean,
Hey, I forgot to ask this when you was talking about GP. When was there a moment that clicked when the Lob shit came together?
absolutely. Absolutely, man. It was Boston Celtics. We was playing out east one year. And
His rookie year, his second year.
his second year.
Okay.
And Gary was like, he said, for now, man, I don't give a fuck if you run down court now. I'm just gonna start throwing this motherfucker because you bullshitting. He said, so when I get the ball, look here, I'm just gonna throw the shit up to the rim. You just go up there and get the shit. I don't give a fuck. So it was like 2-3 plays. This motherfucker caught the ball, just threw the ball up there. And I looked, that's the fucking, he said, go get the motherfucking ball, man. You the only one gonna jump up there. So then I was just like, man, shit, all right, come on. So we got this game we had particularly, I think we had 6 lob dunks, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Running play, then we started running the same play on the opposite side. Then he just started running down court,
Hot dog.
just throwing the shit up anywhere and everywhere. And then the shit got fun. It was really fun then at that point in time, man, because the chemistry is there. Like I said, man, my mindset at that time is that, man, I'm coming from an area of Elkhart, Indiana, and you have no room not to excel. You can't, when you come from areas, them country areas like some of us come from, there is no turning back. There's none of that. It's about figuring this shit out.
Right.
And that's how it was. Now, these days, these kids got a lot of much opportunity because they're trained better. They got multiple early on where they teams and AAU and stuff. But back then is when you really had to put this work in because you didn't have all of these opportunities at hand in front of you like that.
What was it like when you guys were at the top of your game, UNG?
Man, it was great. We was rock stars, man. We basically traveling around. And I tell y'all this, man, the best thing about that is that being able to go to anybody's gym and match their energy and beat them, knowing that you're going to win, means everything. With myself and Gary, I was on the ball, pressuring the ball up the court. He was behind me for he could get the steals. If he got the steals, then I was already down there in place for these lob dunks.
Throw it up.
So we was kind of
Cat and mouse.
Absolutely. We was playing cat and mouse and just pressuring, using our energy. Like I said, at the time, we wasn't the greatest shooters at the time. That really took a lot of time, man, for us to get our shot and shit together. Coach Gerg we basically would go shoot every night, man. That's how much it meant to us. We went and shot every night. We did all the little shit that the player got to do to make himself better.
Can I get you a little shot?
Yes, sir.
I love your storytelling. I just wanted shit to go on for the whole night. Where's your cup at, bro? You need to take it out the bottle? What's going on? Or a new cup? Here's more cups right here. We appreciate your time, bro. This is dope.
Was Gary really the first dude really on the player development, real heavy like that? Really?
Gerg,
I hate
Gerg,
this motherfucker, man. Why my cups got out with you?
Gerg was he was the first coach, man,
Take mine.
to be able to
Hell no. That ain't
relate to the person. You know, a coach's relationship has got to be strong with you and your work ethic, your work house. You feel what I'm saying?
Gerg was different.
Gerg was different, man. So he would actually study your game and then tell you what you need to work on. You know, and that's that was
praise what you did well.
absolutely. Yeah, so basically giving you options, man, instead of like doing this. If you do this, you go left or right. Staying more in the middle of the court, you got more options. Y'all keep going baseline, you're killing yourself. So it was just all like a lot of little things, man. Shooting the ball with a little arch to it with your left hand. Shooting the ball the same way with your right hand. Just basically all fundamental stuff, man. Just capitalizing off the things you can do strength-wise.
Cheers.
Man, he would get his little ass in the drill.
Yeah, man, he's first assistant coach to make $1 million in the NBA. Yeah, first assistant coach to make $1 million. So he was definitely well worth it.
You good, Jesse? It's been a long day. Come on, let's finish strong, Jesse. What you got this on for?
Huh?
What you got this on
I'm
for?
showing this tour shirt.
Okay.
That's all. I ain't covering up nothing. I'm just showing my
That's it?
all the smoke tours. Yeah.
Someone said you cheddar bobbed yourself and spilled some ketchup on yourself.
Nah, I didn't. I'm just I'm just covering up the shirt. That's all. Fucking catfish was too good, man.
Go ahead.
Give me your list of your 5 most ferocious dunkers of all time.
Ooh.
Man, Daryl Dawkins.
Oh, I thought I said it wrong.
Daryl Dawkins.
Chocolate
People
Thunder.
forget about Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder.
Man, this cat here, man, he was naming his dunk. He was dunking the ball hard as hell.
Breaking backboards.
Breaking backboards. And you never really hear about it. But Daryl Dawkins.
Dr. Duncanstein.
Dr. Duncanstein or Terrence Stansberry.
Ooh.
A lot of these old guys. But these are guys I used to watch dunking the basketball. David Thompson.
Oh, yes, sir.
David Thompson was one of the baddest, coldest dunkies ever.
And he
This
could
dude
score
was
that
gliding
bitch, too.
he was gliding from the free throw line, dunking it sideways, man.
The dunking 2 balls.
2 balls at
Yeah.
one time. Come on, man.
They said he could touch the top of the backboard.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Absolutely.
He used to do that.
Absolutely. You
He
know,
used to touch the top of the
you know, I realized that I could jump in high school when I could touch the top of the backboard.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Easy.
once I could do that off a vertical leap, and my coach would have this drill where I would have to do a drop step, touch the backboard, top of the backboard, run on the other post, drop step, touch the top of the backboard again. So you had to do this consecutive times, man. And like I said, it was great. It just made me stronger. Absolutely.
Stupid spring.
Did you get it? Huh?
Besides yourself,
That's
you're
4.
in there.
Oh, and I'm gonna say
Shaq.
no. I mean, Shaq is a different beast.
Dominique.
But Dominique Wilkins, man.
Dominique was
Oh.
Dominique Wilkins. If you watch me dunk, you gotta see a little Dominique inside me. I was one of them young kids that was watching, was it TBS when we was growing up? Yeah, when the Atlanta
They had
used to-
Atlanta on the
yeah,
game. They had
Atlanta-
the Hawks.
Man, we used to, and it was like Dominique Wilkins show. You know, Dominique got that ass curl up in his head. Let's go watch Dominique Wilkins, man. And so absolutely, Dominique Wilkins, man.
You got a chance to play against him though, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
How cold was he?
Man, he was a cold. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Dominique was so cold when he tore his Achilles. He still came back dropping 50s and 40s on people. People forget that. He was like 34, 35 years old. He still came back. Dominique Wilkins was still dropping 30s and 40s on people, 50s on people, man. Absolutely. It was just a crying shame a guy like Dominique didn't get a chance to play for a great team at the end of his career.
Yeah.
I always feel like those guys like Dominique should always give them at least one chance to play for a veteran team.
Pigeon toe. Were you aware that a lot of players walk around fake Fake being pigeon-toed because of you?
Yeah, that's what they used to say. I'm gonna turn it in, man.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
That's funny as hell, man.
They used to walk like that. That's called the Shawn Kemp walk.
Stupid.
Why did you leave Nike for Reebok?
Michael and Charles, man, had in their contract. I couldn't make more money than they could.
Oh really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You as a
Not
no
just-
one
not
or
me,
just no
anybody,
one?
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody. He wasn't gonna give more money than Michael
Okay.
and Chuck.
At
And,
the time, yeah.
What just wasn't gonna happen, man. So I looked at Reebok as a way to get back to the hood, get back in the hood, man.
Yeah.
Did you get what you deserve?
I've always.
Did you get? My bad. I don't want to. Did you get what you deserve financially with Reebok?
I think so. Absolutely. I think so. I do. I think so. And I would still work with Reebok, but man, right now I'm trying to develop my own shoe company. I want to do some shoes with some hemp, made out of hemp.
Interesting.
Kamikaze is legendary though.
No doubt about it, man. They're gonna always be legendary, without a doubt, man. They still selling them.
We'll rock some. Yeah, we'll rock them.
Yeah.
Let us know. Make some 14s.
Deal.
We in there.
That's a bet.
Yeah. Traded to the Cavs in '97. Make the All-Star game. Playoffs first year in Cleveland. Then the lockout happens.
Yeah.
You show up to training camp overweight, and what happens?
Hey, man. Hey, back then, I'm gonna tell you, back then you didn't take the chance of hurting nobody on them big contracts, man. If you get hurt during that lockout, that's on you. You know, was there things I probably could have did that got in better shape? Absolutely. Absolutely it was. Was I mad about gaining weight? Not at all. Not at all. Man, I'm playing for a young team in Cleveland. First year I was in Cleveland, man, I realized I was going to be guarding. I went from guarding guys like Dennis Rodman, Tony Kukoc. Now I'm guarding people like Patrick Ewing, every big center in the league. That little weight helped me down there in Cleveland, trust me. It did, man. That first year I was in Cleveland, man, them boys kicked my ass on the Eastern Conference. You don't realize how physical it is until you get out there on that Eastern Conference.
A lot different.
There's a lot different, man. So that weight actually, man, I played my best basketball with that weight on me. My problem in Cleveland is I couldn't get no veterans there.
Yeah.
I played with 10 rookies. You know, we still made it to the second round. So
who was on that team?
I had Wesley Person, Bobby Sura.
Yeah.
You know, some talented cats. Brandon Knight. No, Chris wasn't. He had left. He left with the trade when I came in, and we had 10 rookies and three veterans.
That's crazy. How was your time in Portland? Sheed, Bonzi, Pip, Zebo.
No doubt. Wow.
The nickname the Jailblazers.
Yeah.
What was that time like with that team, man?
Man, we had some fun. There's no
Yes,
doubt about
sir.
it, bro. I love them cats to death. Bonzi, Rasheed, like I said, Scottie, man, the whole team. Even Steve Kerr was on the team. I love all them cats, man. We had some good. Our only problem in Portland was the Lakers. It was a young Kobe and a young Shaq, and and at the time, Kobe and Shaq was competing against each other, and they wasn't losing. That's just the truth of it. Well, they was playing some serious basketball. If it wasn't for that, we probably won the championship one of those years.
I got a question. When you was in Portland, do you remember y'all playing San Antonio and all y'all showing up at my house?
Yeah. I do.
The whole team. I talked to Bonzi. He's like, Bonzi, we gonna pull up. I'm thinking it's him and she.
No,
the whole team
squad.
pulled up.
That's how we used to roll, man.
The whole team pulled up to my crib.
That's why they used to call us the Jailblazers.
And did what?
Oh, we got it in.
Yeah,
we had a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why they used to call us the Jail. We used to roll the whole squad and roll together.
The whole team came to my crib.
That's how our Warrior team was. Our We Believe team was that way.
Same way.
12 deep.
All my brothers.
Burning it down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's how the old league was, man. It wasn't as you see these young guys today, they a little standoffish, kind of do their own things. That's let you know that money then came into play and everybody got their own ways of doing
Yeah.
things. But the way the old NBA was guys was unified, man.
Everybody had
And
money too.
Come on, everybody had money, and everybody was unique, but they definitely stayed together and communicated together.
Yeah.
You had some issues with, speaking of money,
Mhm.
money. What was it like when you were coming up? Was there any kind of guidance once you got that money, or did the NBA have any kind of guidance once you? Because obviously we all came from nothing, and to get all that,
Right.
was there any kind of guidance coming up for you in that process? You kind of just trial and error.
Man, no, man, it was just family. You know,
Okay.
family. I think with my family have always looked out for me in them regards. But absolutely, man, with that money, when you're making that much money, you got to be on top of it.
Mhm.
You know, and if you're not on top of it, you better have a hell of a game plan to get back on top.
Right.
And you know, and I always tell people this, man. It's great to play in the NBA, and it's great to make that money playing basketball. But when you're done playing basketball, you better have a game plan together to be able to help you out financially. With myself, I'm still living off the money that I played with.
Mhm.
So I feel fortunate.
Mhm.
You know, I feel very fortunate.
Mm.
And, you know, and obviously I'm still making more money on the side, but yeah, I feel fortunate to still be in that position to live off the money that I still played with years ago. I haven't played basketball since 2003, I believe.
So when you hear that after this next collecting bargaining agreement, the max contract players are going to be making 80, 90 million per year, what comes to mind? What could you have done in this era?
Man, I say congratulations to these guys, but I think this is me saying this, that these young men need to really be able to look at themselves and handle their business professional-wise with this money. When I came into the NBA, I'll say this, when I came into the NBA years ago in 1989, 1990, Magic Johnson was probably the highest paid person in the NBA, and he was probably just making $3 or $4 million. You understand? 3 or 4 million at the time. I believe around 99, 2000 is when the first $100 million contract came in, and I want to say it was either Larry Johnson or Kevin Garnett.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so hasn't been that long where these contracts have been really big. But I had no idea that they were going to expand to where they have expanded to today.
Right.
So with these now it comes a great deal of responsibility with these young guys making this money. You know, it was a responsibility for us to do that, but now with these guys making 30, 40, 50, I mean, LeBron will probably make 50-something, $60 million a year this year. I mean, come on, man, that's a lot of money, man. And no, I'm happy for these young guys, but I will say that's a big responsibility. Basketball's not the only thing that they need to focus on. They need to focus on that money also.
Cannabis. Let's talk about cannabis for a second. We all feel like we had a hand in cannabis being legal for players now. What does cannabis mean to you, and what was the stigma of cannabis when you was in the league?
Well, the stigma in cannabis was that they was treating it like heroin.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they made you, and if you got caught with it, they made you feel like you was actually
horrible person.
The most worst person in the world. I mean, you was a piece of shit. I mean, seriously. So it's great to see that they've uplifted some of these laws with the cannabis. I wouldn't have cared about smoking the weed, but I just think with the lotions and the creams, that right there would have let me play at least another 3 or 4 years along. If I could have used the lotions,
even
and
the tinctures.
Yeah, even the tinctures, absolutely. So I think these guys got a great chance right now to be able to help their bodies recover, regardless if they use cannabis, if they use something else. But if they are, they just got to make sure that they're using the right thing, whether they're smoking it or using tinctures or whatever. There's so many avenues of using cannabis these days. So they have inhalers, you name it. So there's so many avenues of using these things nowadays that these guys got a big opportunity to be able to make their bodies recover fast.
It should last longer. Shouldn't be all that damn what they call it when they're not playing. Load management. All it was weed now. You shouldn't be load management.
Yeah.
You should be
absolutely.
You should be loaded to go play.
You should be out there flying like a kite.
Did you smoke while you played?
Absolutely.
So what would you do to pass the drug
I
test?
just
You don't
told
mind
you
me
he was at
asking?
my house when we was playing him in Seattle, bro. In San Antonio,
Okay.
bro.
So what would
The whole
you
team.
So what would you do to pass tests?
Man, you only had to pass the test once a year.
Oh, so that okay. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It
So
only
what was your last
Training
year?
camp.
What was your last?
2003.
So I want to say, was it 5 when it changed? It used to go from one because I came in 03. It was one random until like 05, and then it was 4.
There was one random.
It was not one preseason test.
Right.
Because we'd all be rolled up in the car waiting for it to get that
Yeah,
test and
get
be
that
good.
yeah.
So you never had the 4.
No, I ain't do the 4.
Nah, 2003, we was blowing it down.
Down, yeah. Yeah, you take one test and you was good.
Good. Fuck what you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, before that, there was no test. I mean, that didn't pop off until 99.
That's when that started?
That's when that started, yeah.
Yeah, after that
99,
lockout.
yeah.
After that lockout,
Before then,
right?
they didn't even test for weed.
Right after that lockout.
Yeah, it was after that lockout. That was
Mm.
after Barkley slept shit out, or Oakley
Oak
slept.
some shit out of Barkley.
Oakley slept
Yeah.
shit out
You was
Barkley.
there?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that shit.
Oak kind of told us about it.
No, man, that was, shit, it was a big players meeting, man. Shit happens fast, man. Oak is my boy, man. That's my
That's
dog.
the big
man.
homie.
Yeah, no doubt, he is definitely the big homie. He's one you're not gonna loud talk and mouth off to.
None of that,
No, it ain't happening, man. He that shit out y'all, bro.
Damn.
One of them Nate Diaz Stockton snaps. You have one of the biggest dispensaries in Seattle.
3.
Excuse me. Kemp's Cannabis.
Yeah, Shawn Kemp Cannabis. We doing it,
Yeah.
man. It is.
Succeeding in the cannabis space isn't easy. What do you feel like you've done correct?
Man, I think just reach out to the community. Be a part of the community,
Yeah.
first of all, is what you have to.
Because that's who's supporting you.
That's who's supporting you. So
Right.
you gotta reach out to the community. You gotta be there for them. You gotta respect them. You gotta develop a relationship with them, and you gotta have some fire. Obviously, so
And you also got to let them know that you ain't playing, because when you steal my shit, I'm going to pull up and let off a couple shots at your bitch ass.
That's right.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you gotta let them know.
That too. That too. Yeah, that too.
You know.
That too. That too. Mind a motherfucking heartbeat.
You figured out a strategic way to slide that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
I like
yeah. That too. That too.
I
You
like
know?
that.
You Stop playing with my
I
boy.
love
He's
it,
still at
man.
now.
Hell yeah, I love it. Quick hitters, man. First thing to come to mind. Let us know.
No, it
Dream
is.
dunk contest, including yourself. Who would be
You
in it?
plus 4 dunkers.
Man, I would love to saw Vince Carter in one. Dwight Howard, definitely. I got a lot of respect for Dwight.
You, Vince, Dwight Howard.
Dominique Wilkins.
Ooh,
No doubt about it, man.
that'll be a good one.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is because when we watch these dunk contests now, we watch them, but we're not feeling it.
Mhm.
We're not feeling that. We're not feeling the thunder. We're not feeling that.
Since Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine.
Yeah, it's been.
They
You
went
know,
at each other.
we fingertip dunking now. Let's just keep it real, man.
Fingertip
We
dunking.
fingertip dunking now. That's
Y'all
what we're
dunking
doing.
in dunk contest how I was dunking in the game. Y'all got to stop it. Y'all
We
been bad.
fingertip dunking. You don't feel that power. And I think, with them guys, definitely, I think that's what the fans want to see when it comes to dunk. It's not so much in between the legs. It's not so much all the fancy stuff. They actually want to feel that power. They want to see the explosiveness and you attacking the rim and trying to shatter the backboard or something. They don't want to see all that cute shit. All these guys are getting so cute. They're cute and then they barely dunk the ball. They actually want to see some thunder, man.
Throw that motherfucker down, huh?
Absolutely, man. And I think that's what people had so much respect from my game, is being that I played with that aggressiveness, and being able to do these aggressive moves and these aggressive dunks, not just in the first quarter,
You're doing dunk contests.
but
dunks
you're doing it in
game.
the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You're doing it in the fourth quarter with 2
Tight.
minutes to go.
Yeah.
When you're able to consistently do those things, then there's going to be attraction to your game.
You spoke on Dwight Howard and you respect his game. I got a chance to play with him. He was absolutely incredible. Bad situation coming with the Lakers with the hurt back. But what impressed you about Dwight?
Well, I watched Dwight Howard for years, and I was always amazed how agile he was to be able to get from one end of the court to the other end of the court, to be able to control a rebound and be able to get a dunk in at the other end of the court. And your best big men used to be able to get from A to B real quick. Nowadays, you see your best big men, they slow and methodical.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got your boy from Denver, he's slow. Your guy from Dallas, I mean, hey, Luka's a great player, but he's really slow with the basketball, man. Really, really slow. So, you know, to see Dwight back then go from point A to point B, man, and be able to control the board, get the ball, and dunk it so quickly, that was very impressive. Yeah, I was impressed by his game.
Shout out to White, man. He was a cold one.
You have a childhood crush? Who was your childhood crush growing up?
Man, my childhood crush, well, yeah, I mean, you know, my childhood crush, man, we actually became good friends, man.
That's dope.
With Salt and Pepper, man. No doubt, man.
Up.
Salt and Pepper was I always had a lot of respect for Salt and Pepper, man. And
as we all did.
Yeah. And then we got a chance to become friends when I was playing and stuff.
That's
so it
dope.
was definitely, without a doubt.
That's
I
dope.
always thought them two sisters was good.
One thing you wish you were better at?
Man, if one thing I'd be better at, man, I think all of us, we all want to be better fathers to our kids. You know, I think it's a challenge for all of us always to be a better person in life. You know, with myself, I think I have a lot of respect for people. Therefore, you want to make these changes to yourself that not only yourself benefit, but the people around you benefit also. So just stand on top of your game. Always remind yourself to stay on top of your game. Be the best that you can be is a daily reminder for myself. And, you know, not to back down from any challenge, to face them on, work hard as you always have done, and be successful.
Love it. One album you can listen to with no skips.
Oh, man. I would have to say Wu-Tang Clan. No doubt about it.
36 Chambers?
Yeah, 36 Chambers. Them my boys right there, man. You know, I look at them. We started off about the same time.
Okay.
Our career started off about the same
You had a
time.
chance to meet with them? And
Yeah, we know each other as well.
Yeah.
I actually met the Wu-Tang in New York before they even came out with their album.
Okay.
Yeah, and we still good friends to this day.
Yeah, so my fiance is best friend with RZA's wife.
Okay.
With Bobby. So
Man, he's a genius.
Oh man, beautiful mind.
Yeah,
Beautiful
absolutely.
mind. Yeah.
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure? Man, right now, I would probably say my golf game.
You golfing?
Yeah.
Oh, I should
No
have had you
doubt.
bring your clubs out
Yeah,
here,
my
bro.
golf game.
How often you get out a chance to get out and play?
Man, I like to play 2-3 times a week, but
Oh, you get it in.
man, I tell you right now, man, I hit the ball long and straight, but I ain't got no short game. I ain't got the patience for that shit. I'd be ready to tear half that shit up out
But
there.
you be
We
fucking
got-
it up on the driver?
the fucking cart, the balls, all that shit, man.
Man,
I'm like, man, I missed them little short, the little putts, man. It's like, come on, man.
So
I
you-
got this ball all the way
so
down
you
here.
so you stay fucking up a good drive.
Man, I fuck it up.
Ah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, sir.
One guest you would like to see on All the Smoke.
But
You have to help us get your answer on the show.
Yeah, man. I think, without a doubt, man, you got to have me and Gary Payton on here at the same
together.
time.
Oh.
I'll say
Without
no
a
more.
doubt, dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do it in Seattle. Hell yeah. We
At
can
the
do it.
dispensary?
We can do it. We can do it live.
Don't
At
play
the
games.
shop.
Don't play games with us, bro.
We can do this, man.
We can
It's
do a
live at the shop.
a live show.
No
with y'all
doubt
two.
about it. Yes,
We'll
live
take
show.
We'll take care of everything.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be
Gary
crazy.
will do it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I love it.
I
That'll
think
be
that'd
a
be the
movie.
livest show. That'd be the dopest. thing
Catered by
possible.
Catfish Corner.
Yeah, Catfish Corner, no
Yes.
doubt. Yeah, they
Catered by
gonna bring
Catfish Corner.
Yeah, they're gonna
baby.
bring in some of that good cornbread and some of them greens.
Yes, sir. T, we pulling up, T.
Hey, man.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
T,
Shawn,
thank you.
Shawn,
Thank you.
we've had everybody under the sun, man, but I really enjoyed this interview.
Yes, sir.
Man.
No,
It's been a
man.
blessing. You're someone that don't really get out and talk too much. That's why, to me, it was so important for you to just get out and talk your shit, man.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate you guys
Yeah.
calling me, man. I'm proud of y'all too for what y'all doing.
Appreciate it.
Seriously, man, your game is strong in this business. Just keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing.
Appreciate
It's always
that.
gonna be some lumps, but just keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing,
Come
though.
on.
Appreciate
Tunnel
you.
vision.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's a wrap. The one and only Shawn Kemp.
Reignman.
Need to be a Hall of Famer.
Soon.
Quit bullshitting.
Yep.
You can catch this on All the Smoke Production YouTube and the DraftKings Network, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.